the next 5 years, I will dedicate the energy, time, and resources of my administration to these Big Four. The Big Four will create jobs which will enable our people to meet their basic needs. Jobs will transform the lives of our people from that of hardship and want to new lives of greater comfort and well-being. And that is the future that I have seen. In the first pillar of the Big Four, we will focus on creating jobs by expanding our manufacturing sector. Manufacturing is about believing that we as Kenyans can be competitive and ambitious enough to make products that are as good as any other in the world. The selfishness and corruption of some amongst us have allowed counterfeiters and cartels to flourish at the expense of our local manufacturers. As a result, some companies have gravely suffered. It is time for us to say that enough is enough. We must face and defeat these enemies. To conquer these enemies and boost manufacturing requires we keep a common vision and remain focused. And equally critical, that our workers must remain in harmony with our employers. Let me emphasize that political stability and harmonious labor relations are the bedrock on which we shall achieve a robust manufacturing sector. In boosting the manufacturing sector, my administration will focus on 4 subsectors: the blue economy, agro-processing, leather and textiles. With the blue economy, we have a total of about 400 kilometers of rich coastline and a share of the second largest freshwater lake in the world. Indeed, it is shameful that we exploit only a small fraction of these God-given resources. Our coastal and marine ecosystems, if properly exploited, would create tens of thousands of jobs for our people. Instead, we have allowed others to take our resources, build their economies, and create jobs for their people at our expense. Today, foreign trawlers enter our waters and return to their countries filled with our fish. This must end. I direct the Ministries of Defense and Agriculture to immediately begin intercepting all illegal fishing vessels and to suspend the fishing licenses of all international trawlers operating in Kenya's territorial waters until they comply with our requirement for local input. These boats must land their catches in Kenya. The work of cleaning and packing fish for export must be done in Kenya by Kenyans. We also want to significantly expand fishing. Instead of the current 2,500 metric tons of fish we process annually, our intention is to process 18,000 metric tons and grow the blue economy 7-fold. This means that young people from Igingo to Bita, from Kiunga to Vanga, from Faza to Chale, will find jobs and reliable incomes as fishermen and fishmongers, as well as processors, wholesalers, and retailers. We will also expand our shipping industry in order to maximize on our maritime opportunities. Turning to leather, every year, Kenyans buy more than 30 million pairs of shoes. As the holder of the 3rd largest cattle herd in Africa, Kenya has enough leather to make all these shoes. Yet we only make a tiny fraction. We must change this and make leather products locally. This way, we can also transform the livelihoods of hundreds of thousands of families. We will ensure that all hides and skins are fully processed locally to support our leather industry. And in this spirit, today we direct that all boots, leather products, and textiles for our disciplined forces be procured from local manufacturers with effect from the financial year 2018-19. However, I add a word of caution. Our disciplined forces are among the best in the world. They deserve first-class goods and services, and I expect our local manufacturers to meet that high standard. On textiles, the American market, through the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act, is open, but we have not yet taken full advantage. We must now strive to make the most of this market. Today, we only realize a fraction of the potential value of the clothes we export to the US. If cotton from the fabric were grown and woven locally, we would raise revenues from the current 30 billion to 200 billion shillings.